I'm trying something a little different. All right, give me a chance here. You know, let's just see how it goes. I'm reviewing a game today, and I haven't done this in a while. I was gonna start with next week's new Five Nights at Freddy's game, but you know what? I already have Mario Kart, so we're gonna review that. And I talked about it on stream last night, so I'm gonna play some of those clips. Let me give you sort of my basic thoughts on it before we go into the big old live stream where I tell you all the specifics. This is a good game. It is not worth $80. While it is a system seller, I talked about the Switch itself a little bit. I don't think that it's worth getting right now unless you're like a massive Mario Kart head. Like if you got the whole, the whole group's chipping in like 20, I was gonna say $20 a piece. No, like $100 a piece, just to play Mario Kart, then sure, yeah, it's worth it. But yeah, just anyway, doing reviews a little different. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. My voice is a little quiet in it, but I think it's a pretty big review. We talk about it for like mostly the whole stream. So I'm gonna play bits and pieces of it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know. I might do this more often. Like I said, next week will be the Secret of the Mimic game. But yeah, so those are my overall thoughts. Also, what I don't mention in the review is Pirate King Boo is the best costume. So, all right, there we go. Yeah, while I'm doing this, while I'm just kind of chilling in first place, let me give you guys some of my thoughts on the game. So first off, is it worth, the big ticket question, is it worth $80? No, it is not. Let me preface that with, this is a very good game. This is a God tier successor to 8. However, this could also be like DLC for 8. Like, don't get me wrong, it'd be big DLC. But like, I don't know. The only upgrades, and honestly, I kind of struggle to call them upgrades, is okay, so you have the obviously the open world, right? The free roam. Yo, I was at first place a lot easier. All right, I'm getting too cocky. I don't know. The issue that I have is that you have 2 new things, because Grand Prix is not new. That's whatever. The 2 new things you have is you have the open world and you have the knockout tour, right? So you have both of those, and obviously one can't exist without the other, because the whole point of the knockout tour is the race keeps going. And even the Grand Prix, like I'm doing right now, is we are traveling from one race to the other. I mean, that's kind of a good point too, is the Grand Prix and knockout tour are kind of the exact same thing, but you work with like the points of a Grand Prix. You start over for every race, and people are obviously not knocked out, so there's that as well. But yeah, no, so Knockout Tour and Grand Prix are kind of the same thing, except for what I mentioned before. So it's just kind of like, not really a big difference. But let me go back and forth between the negatives and the positives. The courses are made beautifully. There are none that I'm like, oh, that's garbage. My least favorite one's probably just the Mario Circuit one. The one that's based off of the Super Nintendo one. I just don't care about that, and I just think it's designed kind of poorly. It feels like it's designed for slow speeds only, like no fast speeds. So I don't know, it's a little like but I shouldn't have used that. Yeah, that was a waste. Oh well. Yo, I don't think I've used this yet, actually. Yo. Heck yeah. But yeah, because I mean, like, some of the best parts of the track's designs is how beautifully, how beautifully they go from into the track to like into the next track. Like, it's so fun. And in terms of the free roam, just, oh my good lord. Okay, that was gonna fall off. Just exploring the tracks, like, just kind of driving around, finding stuff is so fun. But outside of that, there's just nothing to do in the tracks. Like they give you these little blue P switches, and they give you like some missions. apparently there's like 400 of these stupid missions. It's the most boring things. Like, it's just a bunch of nothing. Like, when I think of good Mario Kart missions, I think of like Mario Kart DS, you put in the middle of an arena, there's a Goomba, massive Goomba, it's, chasing you down, you gotta like kick it off the edge. Just like cool stuff like that. And you have some of that here. So like all of the ones that I've played, because yeah, absolutely not. I have not gone through and played it. I'm not gonna do 400 stupid, boring blue missions or whatever. But they're all just like, do a trick off of this wall. And then just get the coins. And what do you get from that? You get a sticker. Because, some people were saying like, hey, there's some customizability. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can select a sticker, and it has a specific spot that it goes to. So like, so if you pick this car, I don't even know where this. Yeah, there's the sticker. The sticker's on the front, I think. It's just so pointless. Like, why would I collect these crappy little stickers for no reason? There's just no purpose to having them. Even as like a collectathon or whatever, like I love 100%ing things, there's just no point to it. So the only thing that I do like collecting here is like, I don't know, the costumes. I really like collecting the costumes, and it's cute how you get the costumes. So yeah, like you get, so Yoshi has these little vendors or whatever. Oh yes, right here. Let me get it actually. Let me show you. So, pop. That, ooh, very nice. Ah, man. Okay, so, well, it didn't show it off right there. But Yoshi has all these different types of food that look fun. And when you eat them, depending on what kind of food you got, you have costumes. And you'll, like, turn into that costume. So, for example, if you eat a hamburger, you'll get a pro... If you eat a hamburger as Mario, you'll get, like, a pro racer outfit. And then, yeah, so it just depends on what you eat and what the character you're playing as is. And stuff like that's cool, right? That's fun. Granted, I think some characters got kind of gypped. Like, Donkey Kong has one costume. One. Like, the brand new design, they must have spent so much time doing the new design that they just forgot to make costumes for him, and then gave him one, like, last minute, because there's, like, no purpose to it. But same thing with Pauline, I guess. I don't play as Pauline. Who cares? So I wouldn't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so lame. Like the babies, like freaking baby Daisy has like 6, and normal Daisy has like 7. So it's very off, just very odd. And the issue with collecting costumes that way, by getting food and crap like that, is that it's just sort of like a quick 2-hour grind fest. Like, I'm not even done, but I went through and with a bunch of characters, and I was like, okay, I have to go here. Oh my word. I have to go here to get this costume for King Boo, and then I have to go here to get this costume for Mario. And I did that for like 30 different costumes, and that's kind of it. But yeah, well, my main point is that I feel like the missions, like the ooh, baby, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, the missions. I feel like the missions should unlock costumes. They have it to where when you beat Grand Prix, that's how you get characters, which is great. That's cute, whatever. That's fine. But like, why not make me go into the open world? Make me do all the different things. Make me explore, because what the blue question marks do a really good job of is it does let you learn how to do tricks. Like, oh, I didn't know how to do the wall grind, but now I do. Like, that's pretty cool, right? But there's just no purpose to learning how to do that, because it's like, ooh, Astronaut 3. That's a cool car. Let's try this one. Sure, why not? Yeah, there's just no point to doing those because I don't want the stickers. So it's like, why not just make that the costumes? There's so many costumes. Just make it to where it's like every 5 missions I get a new costume. now I'm doing all the missions. Now it's actually worth it, right? But yeah, I mean, that's just the nitty gritty stuff. Like, yeah, obviously the game controls like absolute butter, and it's just fantastic, and I love it. And it's gonna have those like horrible Mario Kart moments where it's just like, oh, I absolutely should have, could have taken the cake, but I got hit with something at the very last second. I've had so many of those instances, and it's so frustrating. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? So, you know, we already talked about the Grand Prix. I already talked about the Knockout Tour. Again, the Knockout Tour is fantastic, obviously, right? Oh my word, I'm wasting this stuff. But it's just, it's not new enough for me to really care. I just wish that there were more gimmicks to play with, aside from just having an open world, because the open world just seems pointless at the end of the day. So it's like, why is the open world the thing that you're saying, okay, this is what's making it worth $80? Because like Forza is a game, you know, Burnout, those are both racing games that have open worlds that aren't $80, right? Same spot. Oh. Yo, ayo. Ooh. Oh, okay, I'm close though, I'm close. Let's freaking go, baby. Ah, that wasn't gonna hit anyone. I guess that's my biggest issue with the game, is that they're saying like, oh, this is worth $80. We put so much effort into it, but I'm just not seeing the effort. Like the $80 effort. Let me make that clear. I'm seeing the $70 effort. I'm seeing the $60 effort. You know, I'm seeing all that stuff, but that's why it's just kind of confusing to me. It's like, why this extra? And like, yeah, blah blah blah. It's only $10. Who cares? But, and plus I got the bundle, so technically I only paid $50 for the game. But still, it's just the principle of it. It's just the point. Like, to complete the whole game, it's maybe 3 hours, I think it took me to complete it. Let's go, baby. But yeah, is this something that you're going to play a million times with your friends? Yes. Is this something you're going to play forever and ever until the Switch dies? Yes, obviously. But at the end of the day, is it worth it? Yes. Is it worth the price? In my opinion, no. I think once they add some more content, just make it worth playing in the open world for, then it'll be worth the price tag. Because honestly, like, if they just swapped a few things around, gave me more reason to care about the open world, then yeah, no, I'd be right with you. Because I'm not opposed to paying $80, depending on the game, right? Like, I definitely think if they came out with, like, a Kirby game for $80, I think that's ridiculous. Which they are. They are. But it's so weird how they're doing it, because it's the Forgotten Land game plus DLC. That's $80, so I guess it doesn't exactly count. But at the same time, it's pretty iffy. Like the bundle for Tears of the Kingdom, that's $80, and the $70 bundle for Breath of the Wild, which does not come with the Breath of the Wild DLC. Yeah, $70 for that. So then you got to pay another $30 for the DLC. So Breath of the Wild, the complete experience, a game that released, 7-8 years ago, is, I mean, you got to pay $100 for that, and that just blows my mind. I don't understand how that makes sense. Yeah, nope, can't do anything about that. Ooh, oh, come on. Gave me a little, hey, I'm not small, though. That's cool. Lastly, okay, let's talk about the battle mode. So we got the normal battle mode, and then we got, like, time trials. Time trials, I think, are incredibly pointless in this game. I mean, no, okay, not pointless. I mean, they're there for, like, the time records. But the fact that the open world is here and I can just drive on the courses regardless, I feel like what they should have done is they should have integrated both of them. So, like, make it to where when I go to a course, maybe at the start of the course, there's, like, a clock that I can drive up to, and that'll, like, start a time trial, Instead of having, like, a whole section on the main menu for it, it's so small and kind of pointless. Because it's like, I gotta back out of the free roam, where I was already playing on the course, and then I gotta back out. I gotta go to time trial, and then I got to go back to the course. It's just so pointless. That and the battle modes, they're fine. Again, it's all in the open world. So the map that I played on was in the Bowser Castle area. So you have this whole thing right here where it's like, oh, there's in part of the map, there's like a circle, and that's the arena. And you know what? Hey, I'm down for it. And it probably sounds like I'm hating on the open world. I'm not. I think it's fine. I think that they've designed it beautifully, and I said that before with what we're seeing right here, the paths going from place to place. I think that's awesome. The issue is that you've given me this fantastic open world, and there's just nothing to do. Like, you advertise it so heavily that this is the big reason that it's, you know, it's the first $80 game. Yet there's just nothing here aside from the courses, which I already experienced in Knockout Turling Grand Prix. And again, you know, obviously one cannot exist without the other. Like, why? You can't have this game without an open world because of how it's set up. I just want there to be more to do. That's all. And more purpose to those things that I am doing. I.e., you know, give me a free update with, you know, just some important missions where I can collect things, get new courses, stuff like that. Like, you know what would be so cool is Mario Kart 8 had that whole the booster pack or whatever, where you got like a bunch of races and crap like that. Come on, word, hit it. You got a bunch of we got like 20 more races. Do that with this, but I mean, I'll even buy it, right? Like, as much as I'm iffy on the $80 price tag, I would buy DLC where it's like, oh, there's a whole expansion on this island. There's a whole expansion on this open world, but it leads to more races, and in these areas, there's just more to do. Yeah, so that's my biggest issue with the game, is that there is just, it's a beautiful world with nothing to do in it, because the few things that you can do have no purpose. Just absolutely no purpose. And it sucks, because it is fun, it is incredibly fun, but yeah, here is yet another Mario Kart review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my takes. Make sure to like and subscribe if anyone's watching us. Oh, also, it's very stupid that 200cc is not in the game. For what purpose? These tracks are so massive. They're so incredibly massive. Like, there's not a single track where I was like, oh yeah, 200cc. Yeah, that can't work here. Like, in fact, 200cc would probably be very easy. It would be easier than Mario Kart 8 because of how big they are. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, what does that have to do with anything? What does that for big? Because there's so little room for failure. You know, there's hardly any running into walls, which I know is ironic because I just went through a bunch of alleyways. But like, look at this section, right? Look how open this is. There's no struggling. But yeah, guys, I'm going to try doing this once a week with like new games where I'll stream them. And these are going to be games that I review, so that's why I'm kind of talking about it right now. So, yeah. Although, hey, talking about the Switch 2, I probably won't put this in the review, but just kind of talk about it in general. I hate myself for doing it, but I did buy that stupid $10 tech demo. I bought it because I was like, you know what? I'm a Nintendo cuck, and I was like, well, hear me out, right? The Switch 2 releases, and the only first-party games available is this game and the freaking stupid tech demo. So it's like, oh my, dude, chill. You know, okay, see, it's just a stupid tech demo and Mario Kart. So it's like, you know what, for $10, why not? Dude, it is so boring. Beyond boring. So, like, for example, I was playing through it, and you start off as this little person. Well, I don't know why I dropped that. Start as this little person, and you start off on the left Joy-Con. And there's like 2 tech demos, right? There's like a little alien spaceship, and like maracas, something like that. And you play those, and the tech demos are fun. Oh no, it was the Mario 4K TV thing where you have to squint your eyes to play Mario 1-1, and it still has the stupid original NES thing where if you walk forward too much, you can't walk backwards, and it's very stupid. But you do those tech demos. And then I'm like, okay, well, let me move on to the screen, because that's the next thing, right? Well, then they're like, no, you can't do that. You can't move on to the screen until you find a little stamp at every single button on the left Joy-Con. So you sit around, again, so bored. All you do is you just walk. You go up to the down button, and then it goes, this is the down button. Okay. Then you go to the left button, and then it says, this is the left button. And then you go to the right button, and it says, this is the right button. And I know what you're thinking. Well, there's only so many buttons. You know, who cares? Who cares? No. If it has any function whatsoever, if the function is simply wiping your ass, it will tell you about it. The little levers to take the Joy-Con off of the screen, it tells you about that. The little infrared laser to make it a mouse, it tells you about that. It tells you about everything. And a big wall of text, and you cannot go onto the next. Like, you can't leave the left Joy-Con until you find all of that. No, I saw that coming. That was my fault. Until you find everything. And so I did that. I did every single one of them. I was like, fine, whatever. And then I go over to the screen. And I'm playing this on my TV, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, well, you need to play handheld for this. And I'm like, okay, sure, that's fine, I can do that, that's not a problem. And then after that, next thing you know, it's telling me to, it's like, go ahead and put the camera in. Go ahead, no, go ahead. No, go ahead and put the 480p camera in. And, you know, I may be a Nintendo cuck for buying this game, or for buying the $10 game, but I'm not about to sit here and watch my cheeks get clapped and buy a $60 camera that is 480p, bro. I can't. I cannot, and I will not. And I know what you're thinking. How are you going to game chat with people? How are you going to Discord? Okay, Discord. I don't know why Nintendo they're slowly. It's just Japanese companies, I'm pretty sure. They slowly integrate these things where they're like, okay, you know, Nintendo was like the last to do the online stuff. Nintendo was the last to do HD. They were the last ones to do 4K. They're so slow to the party. And, you know, Facebook is freaking out, and they're like, oh, Miiverse, even though Miiverse is based, right? Oh, crap, I'm not paying attention. And then for some reason, instead of just using Discord as a game chat thing, they're like, no, we got it. Let's put resources into making a brand new peripheral. A brand new thing. Like, why? No one is going to use that. Now, here's the thing. The Wii U had right? Had a camera built into it, and there was like a FaceTime thing you could do. And I remember doing that with my buddy because he had a Wii U and I had a Wii U. We were like the only two people in the world that had those things. And I would FaceTime him. And we did that twice. Right? We did it twice. Because other than that, why would you bother? Like, it's so lame. And like the two things that I've seen for it is like, okay, one is like, okay, yeah, you got it for like, you know, talking to your friends or whatever, and they can have their games down below, and I can have my game on my main screen, but I can kind of see what they're playing. Well, like, again, that's on Discord. Like, if someone's like, hey, I'm playing Fortnite right now, I can watch their stream and still play my own game. Like, that is available. So you're just taking... Oh, bro, get out of here. Like, you're just taking these things that already exist in a better format and just doing whatever with them. Like, there doesn't even need to be a face cam. Like, if you want to do a screen sharing thing, like, that'd be fine, I guess. Oh my word, just give me the item. There we go. And, yo, let me hit you with the sound wave. Yo, wait a minute. Oh, good lord. See what I mean about these courses being so open? But, anyway, ooh, let me hit you with the, ooh, nothing. There we go, baby. Pro Racer, boom. It's just ridiculous. It's like, I'm not going to buy this $60 controller so I can play your $10 demo, but that's the goal, right? That is the main goal. That's the thing. If this demo is supposed to make you want to buy all this other stuff, because it's like, mommy, I cannot beat this thing because the camera, oh, sweet, we gotta get the camera. Then why not make the demo free? That would get more people to see the value in getting the stupid camera. So, like, why put a paywall behind something that has a paywall? It doesn't make any sense. So I got to that point, and then they were telling me the same thing where it's like, oh, you need to find all the stupid buttons on the screen and do all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm all right. Oh, I wish I could refund it, but you know what? I was like, I want to try it. I just want to see how it is, and it's boring. It put me to sleep. I deleted it. Yeah, other than that, the only other Switch thing, I did get 2 games. I got Cyberpunk and Yakuza. They both play good. They both play really good. I haven't really touched Yakuza too much, or I haven't touched Cyberpunk too much. I have touched Yakuza. And yeah, no, they did a great job. I haven't gotten to the new cutscenes yet, but it's really cool that they did that kind of stuff. That third party, is just so high for the Switch too. I'm hoping for more. Like, you know what, just give me the whole Yakuza collection on here. Like, why not, right? That'd be awesome. I don't know what other games I would want. Give me some older ones, but also I need some new stuff too. Give me Doom. That'd be fun to play on the go. But, just play that on a Steam Deck too anyway. Well, aside from that, there is also the Nintendo Online stuff. Because again, hey, look, I'll admit it. I am that Nintendo boy. I love myself some Nintendo games. And even though I can emulate, I got the online thing because I wanted to test out how well the GameCube stuff works. Oh my word, bro! And it works. It works pretty well, actually. Not with a Switch controller though. Yeah, no, the GameCube controllers that they sold for the online, those sold out, but I will like 100% be getting those. Like, absolutely. I don't know why I just let all that stuff go. Whatever. Oh my word. I'm an idiot. Okay, alright. And now I'm 4th. Alright. Ooh, did I make the right choice? Yo? Yeah, so I played a little bit of Wind Waker, a little bit of Soul Calibur, and a little bit of F-Zero, which I have tried all of those on the Dolphin emulator. Alright, so the question is, how does it compare? It is the exact same. It is 100% the exact same experience. I mean, it's fast. It's pretty cool. I do think it's pretty dumb that you can't do the whole rewind thing. I mean, you can do save states, which is fine, but yeah, you can't rewind, which is really weird because it's like, I mean, like, why not? It's like, are you worried? I don't know if maybe it's complicated to put that kind of stuff in a game or in an online service. Maybe that's a whole thing where it's like, oh, we gotta really hunker down and figure out how this is gonna work or something. It's like, why not just, oh my word, good lord. Okay. Holy cow. Oh man. There we go. But yeah, I'm not going to judge it too much until I get the GameCube controller. But yeah, GameCube stuff is fine. It works well. I do want to get that controller at some point because I think it looks pretty cool. I actually don't know. It might work on PC, maybe. I think it'd be really stupid if it didn't. But I'm pretty sure there's a way you can use your Switch Pro controller on there too. Also, yeah, in terms of other Switch stuff, yeah, I did not get the Switch 2 Pro controller because the only difference is the back 2 buttons, I guess, because they gave you 2 more buttons. Who cares? You know, I'm not paying $85 for 2 extra buttons. I love the Switch Pro controller. I think it works great. And you know what? I'm not having a single issue playing it on here. It was having issues turning the system on. I wonder if I'm not allowed to do that. Ooh, but you know what? Burning question, actually. This might be a good question to answer. Okay, is the Switch worth getting day one? Obviously, it wouldn't be day one at this point. Is it worth getting right now? When you're watching this, June, I don't know, 13th, 14th, 2025, I'm going to say no. Because this bundle, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, cost me $450, $500. And I did sell a bunch of Amiibos, and they literally paid for the console, which is awesome. So I did not pay $1 out of pocket for it because I was so, I don't know if I finished that story earlier, but yeah, I collected so many Amiibos that the whole system was paid for. The whole system, and I haven't even sold all of them. I just sold the ones that I didn't care about. Like, that's awesome. So, you know, yeah, get out of here. Yeah, like, that's fantastic. So to me, it was worth it, absolutely. It was like, might as well. But is it worth getting right now? No. Unless you are such a Mario Kart head that, like, you and your buddies are going to just hate your guts if you don't get it, you know? Oh, yes, I thought Mario was in first. Oh, my bad. I gave myself a disadvantage here. Yeah, so unless you're, like, obsessed with Mario Kart, the only other games to get are ones that you've already played on other consoles. Now, granted, if you're like a little kid watching and you're like, oh, well, I don't have I've never had a PlayStation, I've never had an Xbox, then yes, it would be worth it because there's a bunch of games to experience. If you didn't have the last Switch, yes, it's worth it because there's a massive library that just got ported over. So yeah, that stuff, obviously. But I'm speaking from someone who has a PS5, has an Xbox, who has a PC. So it's like, is it worth it in that regard? No, not really. I'm glad I have it. But if I didn't have it, I would not pitch a fit about it, you know? It's like I'm not going to run out to get it just for Mario Kart. It was only because I happened to be able to have enough for it that I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? Oh my word. Oh my word, please. Oh my word. Ooh, dude, this car does not have a good starting back up after getting hit. Speed. I don't know what that's called. Oh my word, she's so far ahead. Wait. Oh no, I'm far ahead. Oh, wow, how did that happen? Okay, now I'm ahead. Alright, we're good. Yeah, baby. Let's freaking go. First race in the bag. Yeah, there's my little sticker. I got that for doing some mission. Isn't that so cool? You know, I would appreciate the stickers more if you could actually, like, choose where they go. But yeah, I get it, because people are going to be like, oh, here's a racist word out of the stickers. Because people are crappy like that. But it's like, come on, just let me... Well, actually, you know what? Even if someone does do that, like, let's say someone puts the N-word on a cart, no one's gonna see it. Like, you're racing around. I can barely see my sticker right now. I really doubt that someone's gonna be like, wait a minute, I was driving past Tony. He has the N-word. Like, come on, man. Ooh, also another thing I will say I hate, but it's just Mario Kart games in general. And you know, a lot of racing games in general just kind of do this. The rubber banding is insane, bro. Like, I remember in old school Mario Kart, it's like, if you were so fast and so good at the game, The computers just could not keep up with it. There was just no humanly possible way of doing it, or no computerly possible way of doing it. And that was what was so fun, is it was so satisfying. Oh my, that was my bad. It was so satisfying getting to a point when you're on like the third lap, and all of a sudden you can see like the person in last place. Like, that's awesome. But like in this one, it's rubber banded so hard that like the person in last place is like a couple red shells away from getting it first. You know, so yeah, launch lineup kind of disappointing because they're all games that I already have. So yeah, that sucks. But I will say Donkey Kong looks like a game I will be obsessed with. I just hope it's not like 8 hours long, which I know it will be, which sucks. But it's just like, you know, when I'm paying $70 for a game, I want it to be something that I play for like a week. You know, like I want some time with it. But I get it. It's like, oh, development costs are going up. Then make it smaller. You know, give me tiny, you know, delectable games. It doesn't always have to be this big old thing. Yeah, main point, wait until Donkey Kong comes out. That and Kirby Air Riders looks incredibly fun. And there's no gameplay, but I'm still incredibly excited for it. I will say, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but exploring the racetracks is pretty fun. Like, just kind of like wandering around and seeing what you can find. What would I give Mario Kart World? I would give it a 7. It is very much above average. 5 being average, it does a lot of things really well. It is an improvement over the formula. In certain aspects, in certain other aspects, I think they're kind of just treading still water. Bro, get out of here. Other than that, I don't know. It's fine. It's a good game. It's something that I will play for a long time. I just need them to update it. Give me new characters, actual characters, not the stupid enemies. I think that's dumb. Give me more of a point to explore the open world. Give me more things to do. But yeah, guys, that's going to be about it for the stream. That was pretty fun, pretty epic.